These are four gory horror novels written by women. I miss International Women's Day, so let's make it up by talking about some awesome, gnarly horror books by these awesome women. The Shuddering by Anya Allborn. If you want a gory creature feature, this is the one for you. Anya Allborn is one of the goats currently writing today, and this is a great isolated creature feature. It's very focused on the human drama, which is super fun, and when the creatures come out, they are pretty scary, and they brutalize people. It's awesome. Tastes Like Candy by Ivory Tholen. If you've been following me for a while, you've heard me talk about this book so much. This is my all-time favorite slasher. There is a sequel that I do need to read. There's also another book called Mallrats, which is like set in the same town, set in the same universe, but set in the 90s. There's no real connection. There's like a throwaway line that references the premise of this book, but this takes place in like the more 2020s, more modern, and a group of teenage girls, they are tasked with a scavenger hunt because it's sort of the tradition. The senior girls tell the junior girls to go on a scavenger hunt high school, but this year it's at the carnival, which is like a Halloween horror themed carnival that they break into at night, and very quickly start getting picked off. Great killer reveal, awesome, very creative, inventive, extremely brutal kills. This book is, her work is considered YA. There's definitely a category of YA that you probably shouldn't be considered YA because it's so like gnarly and adult or whatever. And this is definitely in that camp. Awesome. This Wretched Valley by Jenny Kiefer. Man, people were right about this book. This is her debut that came out last year. A group of people, they're in the wilderness for a rock climb to study this rock face, but also to climb it, and things go horrifically wrong. It's very psychological, but it also gets into some insane levels of violence that are, ooh man, there's some kills. Good shit. Mayfly by C.J. Lead. Of course, I have to talk about this book. Like, how could I talk about gory, women-written horror novels and not talk about Mayfly? This totally meets the hype. Disney princess who also is a serial killer and descends into further and further madness. Surprisingly, very devastating and a very sympathetic character. Maeve is probably one of the best protagonists I've read in a book ever, and all the books I just mentioned all have great characters, specifically protagonists. Most of those have women protagonists or co-protagonists, as you may share a lot of the POV with a male character, but wow, yeah, people were not joking. The final act of this book is both insanely violent and also extremely devastating. Man, if you have not picked up this book and you may be questioning the hype, just so you know, the hype is so real. Let me know what other gory novels I should be reading that are written by women, and, you know, missing International Women's Day, you know, celebrate women, non-binary people, read their work, and specifically in the horror genre. And, you know, you can follow me wherever, and I post these videos on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, so you can watch wherever you prefer, and make sure you check out my urban fantasy novel, The Huntress and the Trickster, if you want a gory urban fantasy novel.